Okay, we're cooking collards fresh from the field. Yes, this field. And where do they come from? So beautiful and green. My dear friend, Frank Ratto. Hi, Frank.
Laura, great to see you again.
You are farming some absolutely beautiful cruciferous vegetables. How do we get them to look like this, the finished product?
Great question. It didn't start this way,
Right.
and this is ready for market. But to get to this stage, we had to prep the soil.
Okay.
We had to disc and rip the soil, break it up, get the water to go down, and also for those big clods of dirt to break down so we get to the roots of the plant. Then we come back and we use a big lister machine, which breaks up the clods from the disking. Then we go to a little liston that actually breaks it a little bit more and makes it a fine powder.
You started with a horse and buggy, and now you're talking about big liston tractors. What's the difference?
Today, technology from every aspect of life has come back to the farm. And we use technology, and specifically laser, to actually make our fields nice and level so we get great draw for the water for irrigation.
Right.
And so we can have nice plantings for better yields. So now that we've worked the soil and we've made the beds for planting,
Right.
we go to the next step. And we have two ways we can do it. We can either do direct seeding or we can use transplants. And it just depends on the time of the year and maybe the crop, which ones we choose.
So now that you've transplanted or seeded the plants, what's the next step?
Well, at this point, fertilization and irrigation is critical.
Okay.
Right, and we have to put the right amount of both into the crops so we can start the process of growing.
And that's the cultivating part of it.
Cultivate, we want to go back in a week later after we've irrigated.
Right.
Go back and cultivate maybe some of the weeds and that have come up that we can get rid of from the sides of the bed and give that plant a great healthy start so it's strong and ready to harvest in about 45 days.
You have to farm around you. You have encroachment from houses and property. So when you say watering, you're not only watering the fields, you have to water all the areas around it to make sure dust doesn't fly up.
We have to be a good neighbor, right? And no longer are we in the outer hinterlands of agriculture. We are now encroached by homes and roadways. So we have to be good neighbors.
So then it gets to this stage in about how many days when you plant?
45 days later,
Okay.
during the summer months, we have a beautiful crop of collard.
So what is really crazy too is for those of you that don't know the Central Valley, it can get upwards into, I would say 104. What makes this microclimate so special for cruciferous vegetables? Because you don't find this here.
We're blessed. The water in this area is incredible, and we have 3 rivers that surround this particular growing area that we have. So we get the water from these rivers, but we also, as a crow flies, 20 minutes from the delta. So we get those nice evening breezes
Right.
that come in, and plants love to grow in the evening.
So you're going 24/7.
We are.
And it looks beautiful.
Take a bite.
Thanks for letting us be out here and cook in your field.
Thank you for
I'm
coming.
gonna eat it nice and fresh. Can I really eat it?
Absolutely.
Just
yes.
go for it. We just picked it out of the field
It's
too.
very sweet. Isn't that nice?
Oh, I love that. Oh my God,
Crispy.
you could eat it just like this.
It could be great in a salad.